ready.
So ready?
Stand by.
Alright guys, this week I want to talk to you about shooting with both eyes open. I know that's something that sounds strange to a lot of you, and that's only because when you were 12, 13 years old and your daddy handed you a rifle or a handgun, or whether you were 16, 17, 18 years old and a drill instructor or a drill sergeant handed you a rifle, they told you to close your non-dominant eye, aim down the sights, and fire your weapon. In today's world, things have changed a little bit, and unless you're a marksman or a sniper, you don't have to worry about closing your non-dominant eye to focus on your sights to hit your target. So let me give you a couple of reasons why you want to shoot with both eyes open, okay? Number one, we're human. We have stereoscopic binocular vision. We're predators. With both eyes open, we're able to see better depth, better clarity. We can get a sense of movement. We're able to track targets. We're able to track prey. We're able to take in as much information as possible, and that's an excellent reason for keeping both eyes open. Why would you want to cut any of that in half by closing one of your eyes? And this is a demonstration that you can do at home. And what I'm going to show you is, and if I take my hand out here to the side and I close my non-dominant eye, my left eye, now I'm going to move my hand until I can see it. Right now, I can barely see my hand right here, okay? Now, I'm going to keep both eyes open and do the same thing, okay? My hand is back here, both eyes are open. I can actually see my hand already. From here to here is a large amount of space that another VCP could attack you. Someone could come up from the side and surprise you. Innocent victims or innocent people could be on either side of you and come up here, and you're not aware of them until they're right on top of you. Another reason that you don't want to keep both or one of your eyes closed. And what you may say to yourself is, it's just too difficult to focus on your sight with both eyes open. Now, I shoot with both eyes open, and I learned to shoot with both eyes open. For a long time I shot by closing my non-dominant eye. I then realized as a defensive shooter that it's better to keep both eyes open. So I learned and I adapted so that I could shoot with both eyes open. And what you can do is take your hand or your finger and put it out in front of you just like this and focus on your fingernail. Now this is arm's length. This is just like you would do with a handgun. And if you focus on your index finger fingernail, you notice that you don't have to close your non-dominant eye to be able to do that. You can easily focus and clearly see your fingernail. Now you say, well, your fingernail is larger than the sights on your handgun. Okay, let's take a pen for instance. You take a pen, put the point of it up, hold it out the same way, and again, focus on the very end, the top of it, the sharpest point, and again, I can easily focus on that with both eyes open. I don't have to close my non-dominant eye to focus on that point. So what I'm saying is, you do this every day. Just because you pick up a handgun and point it down range, you don't have to close one eye to be able to see your sights and your target at the same time. This is something that you should practice. This is something that you should do with every drill. Going back to the drills that I've done the previous 4 weeks, all those drills, I've always done those with both eyes open. I know you can't see that because I wear my glasses that I use are tinted or they're shaded, so you can't see that I keep both eyes open, but I actually do. Also remember that trap and clay shooters shoot with both eyes open. Whenever they're tracking a clay, as it comes across, they're keeping one eye down the sight, the other eye is tracking the movement and where it's going. So again, all good reasons to keep both eyes open. The best reason to keep both eyes open is because in an adrenaline-fueled situation, you're not going to be able to close one of your eyes. Your brain will not allow that to happen. When adrenaline is fueling your body, you're in a fight or flight situation, your eyes are actually going to get bigger. They're going to open up to allow as much light and to take in as much information as possible. You're not going to have the luxury of closing one eye, getting down the sights, picking up a sight alignment sight picture, and squeezing off around with your trigger. Okay, that's not going to happen. Instead, everything's going to be very fast. gross, exaggerated movement. Again, you're not going to be able to close your non-dominant eye. So always practice with both eyes open, okay? I feel that you can become a better shooter, you can become faster, you can shoot more accurately, because keeping both eyes open allows in more light. It allows better depth perception, okay? Learning to shoot with both eyes open is simple. You just have to make sure that the sights front to rear are on the same plane and that you're lined up with your target. Always focusing on your front sight, just like you've always learned. So today's drill, what we're going to do is kind of get you into the mindset of an adrenaline-fueled situation where you're going to be shooting with both eyes open. So what I have, or the setup today, is I'm 15 feet away, as I mentioned in the past, 15 feet away. I'm shooting at steel today, so I'm only using one camera. I'm not using two cameras. And so what you'll hear is me firing my weapon. You will hear the report on the steel, so you know that I am impacting the target. Those are 8-inch steel circles that I'm shooting at. And the situation is this. You have a VCP 15 feet away. They have a handgun. They're pointing it at someone other than you. They're pointing it at a loved one, a convenience store operator, whatever situation you want to put yourself into. What I'm going to do is draw my weapon, press out, and I'm going to shout commands at that person. I'm going to say, drop your weapon, get on the ground, whatever you feel like you would want to yell at someone in that situation. At that point, he's going to turn and bring his weapon up to fire at me. First thing I'm going to do is step offline. I'm going to move and become a moving target, because a VCP is most likely untrained, and trying to shoot a moving target is more difficult for them. You, shooting on the move, you should be able to practice this. You should have been practicing this. This should be something that's not new to you as a defensive shooter. I'm going to move offline. I'm going to fire 2 rounds. You'll hear those impact the target. I'm going to move again, fire 2 more rounds to impact the target. That should incapacitate a VCP. It should put them on the ground. If those first 2 don't, the second 2 will. My height of my targets is chest high, so generally you'd want to shoot high here. Once they're on the ground, you might want to shoot again. Whatever you have to do to keep them from getting up or getting to their weapon again. So that's what we're going to do for the drill. Again, keep both eyes open during this entire drill. Try to make it as real for you as you possibly can. Yell loudly at the target. Do whatever you feel like you would do in the real situation to make this as real for you as you can. Okay? So here we go with the drill. Drop the gun and get on the ground. Drop the gun and get on the ground. Okay guys, I appreciate you watching today. Thanks for tuning in for weekly drill number 5. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can send me a private message. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And again, always try to practice with both eyes open. I know it seems relatively new and you might say, well, why do I want to change? But I feel like I've given you some pretty good reasons in the video that you should probably start practicing or drilling using both eyes and keeping both eyes open to get a good sight picture and sight alignment on your targets.